Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Friday night Guns and Yellow Ribbons preview show. Obviously, we're going to preview all this weekend's games, but we're going to focus once again on the Arsenal's first visit to the Hill Dickinson Stadium in Liverpool. Come on, you Gunners.
Welcome to another podcast by Guns and Yellow Ribbons. This is your Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans for Arsenal fans. Enjoy the show.
Hello, Trev. How are you, mate? You meant to say enjoy the show, so I know when I press the button. And I told you not to f it up, didn't I?
I didn't F it up at all, Fergus. I just didn't say enjoy the show on purpose because I wanted to see.
I was hanging there. I was waiting. I tell you what, you've made me smile after a bloody hard day. I've been up early. I've been down in London fighting traffic and then doing some work, and it's just been one of those buggers of a day. And you know what? As I said to you before we came on live, this is why we do this show. This is why we go to football. This is why it's a getaway from real world.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I'm feeling 99% better. I've been in London yesterday doing a bit of work, but I've still got make me feel better when I'm poorly. Arsenal fleecy hoodie thing on, you snuggle up, don't you? And your missus makes you a cup of tea because she feels sorry for you. But now I'm feeling really good. I had a good week, Fergus. Very much looking forward to tomorrow's trip to Everton, even though it's a silly o'clock kickoff. Yeah, can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait to get on my way first thing in the morning, mate.
Yeah, what time are you setting off at? It's a later start, so it'll make it sensible, won't it?
Yeah, well, I've got to get the bus tomorrow because I ain't got a car tomorrow, so I've got to get the bus to the station. I think my bus is about 8 o'clock, and then I'll get the trains. That takes about 4.5, 5 hours to get over to St Helens, dump my bags, then meet the lads in Lime Street, and here we go. Saturday night before Christmas in Liverpool, right? I've been there, Fergus. I've had that night out, right? Oh my God, right? Oh my God. It's such a great night anyway. Stick 2,000 Arsenal fans in the middle of that, and it's going to be a blinding night, I'm sure. I'm not going home. My diet, I've done my 5 stone down now. I've got every intention of putting a couple of pounds on tomorrow, and then I'll be back on it on Sunday.
Yeah, you've done well, mate. You've done well. Yeah, I'm very jealous. I was so looking forward to getting into the Hill Dickinson, but because of this 8 o'clock kickoff, if it was the Sunday one, I would have done it up and back. But Christmas, we got lots going on. We were meant to get a bathroom refit done last week, and I cocked up in some of the stuff I ordered, so it's getting done this Monday. So it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I haven't told you that one, have I? I'll talk to you afterwards about that.
Will it be in for Christmas, or will you be showerless? Oh no, you got 2 bathrooms, didn't you?
I got 2. It's the upstairs one, the one behind me here that is getting redone, same as we done downstairs. But yeah, it will be done in time. But we got 18 people for Christmas dinner, and 7 or 8 people staying over Christmas night. So yeah, we do need 2 showers.
As I said last week, I still can't believe there's 18 people on this planet that like your cooking. But yeah, fair enough. By the way, everybody out there in the comments, thank you for your comments. When Fergus decides to do his job, we might see a few of them on the screen. But until then, we'll see how it goes because Fergus is control.
They have been coming up. There have been, but you'll be just talking.
Right.
So
guess what? We've got our Guns and Yellow Ribbon stickers, right? We had a few donated to us, I might say, and there's been a load more printed today. I've had a message about it. They've rolled off the printing press. They'll be with us for Brighton. So if anybody, for some strange reason, wants a Guns and Yellow Ribbon sticker with our 2 mugs on it, please feel free to ask. You can have them. But the first one went up yesterday, Fergus, right? And I asked permission so I can say this in the supporters club, in the London Supporters Club. Yeah, so we're on the wall in there, and that's the start. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. Oh, look at the pre-decorations as well. Wonderful, wonderful. But just you and me tonight, mate. So let's try and make it an hour. Don't drag it out like you normally do, eh? Come on, son. Now behave yourself.
Yeah. I won't, Trev.
Yeah. Right. Let's go. Yeah, right. I believe it when I hear it, folks. Let's go into the first. We'll do the first couple of games. Then I've got a couple of other things I want to talk about, and then we'll carry on like that, folks. See where we go. Listen, mate, right? Newcastle v Chelsea, right? Newcastle v Chelsea. It's the early kickoff tomorrow, so I'll miss it. Oh, I might be able to watch it on my phone on the way over there. Yeah, well, you would say it's a battle of two really good sides, but Newcastle have certainly not overly impressed this year, and
No, they haven't
been either brilliant or awful. There's no middle ground with them. So my heart says I want a Newcastle win. My head says I think Chelsea, Chelsea will get something out of it. But Ferg, I'm going to dive straight in, mate. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to Newcastle. Hit me with your facts and figures, son.
I haven't got loads of facts, except for 37 of these 60 Premier League games between Newcastle and Chelsea have been won by the home side. The most home win fixtures in the competition's history. I'm with you. I think both teams are inconsistent. You can't call what side is going to turn up for each one. Like we done well up in Newcastle earlier in the season, and Chelsea held us really well to a draw at Stamford Bridge. I'm with you, 2-1, but 2-1 to Newcastle.
Well, yeah, I've gone 2-1 Newcastle, and I've not even seen your predictions yet. Normally you send them, but I've not seen them yet. So we agree. That's all. Right. Should we just end the show now?
Yeah, we're done.
We've agreed. That's it. Move on. We
done.
Can't
done.
believe it. I can't believe we've agreed. Don't put me on the big screen when I've got me fleecy 90 on, Ferg, because it's a bit embarrassing. You know what I mean?
As long as you don't stand up, that's all that matters.
Oh no, I've got me. What have I got on? Oh, I've got me. My lounge pants on. Let's call them that. Yeah, right. Yeah. So listen, a 2-1 win for Newcastle from both of us. Ferg, that'd do, wouldn't it? We'd take that as Arsenal, wouldn't we?
It would. We want Chelsea to drop a few points. Newcastle aren't a threat to us in any shape or form. Nor are Chelsea, really. But you just want to ease that pressure, don't you, a little?
Yeah. Of course you do. Right. Let's look at the next one, Ferg. Let me scroll down my screen here because I've got. You can't see it, you people listening or watching, right? But I've learned from Ferg. I've now got 3 screens here, right, on my computer, and I'm learning how
upgraded.
I'm learning how to work all 3 at once, but I forget which way I'm going and what's on what screen. So, anything could happen. But Bournemouth v Burnley, Ferg, right? 3 o'clock tomorrow, not on telly. Bournemouth, not a bad side. Burnley seem to be getting worse as the season's progressing, Ferg.
Yeah.
Could Burnley getting anything out of Bournemouth?
No, I don't see it. Burnley have lost the last 7 Premier League games. Defeat here would see them equal the longest ever run in league history, losing 8 in a row. Burnley. You know what? The interesting thing, it shows the difference in the leagues. Burnley, I think, had the best defensive record in the Championship when they came up last season, and they had conceded so little goals. Yet again, they come in here and they've conceded loads of goals in the Premier League. And Bournemouth, a team that we all thought, wow, they've just been decimated with transfers. And we thought it could have been them or Brentford dragged into the relegation zone at the beginning of the season. And they've done reasonably okay. I think they're going to end up mid-table, but they've done reasonably okay. Semenyo is going to be a big talking point throughout the January transfer window, or at least half of it, because I think up to the 15th of January, there's a £65 million bounty on his head. But I've gone for a home win, and I've gone the same as Adam. I've gone 2-0 to Bournemouth.
Do you know what? I've gone one more, Ferg. I've gone 3-0 to Bournemouth, right? Thank you for putting your predictions on the screen, people. Everyone out there, stick your predictions on the screen. It really helps, you know what I mean? It makes it interesting. But Ferg, before we move on, right, to the next one, what's your thoughts on Scott Parker, mate? I mean, I listen to what a lot of people say about him, and he seems to be very much a Marmite kind of person. You either like him or you hate him, didn't you?
I don't like Marmite. He just grinds me, mate. I don't know why. He does nothing wrong. He's quite a smart chap. He seems like he's football intelligent. He seems, he comes across quite well. He comes across a bit arrogant and smug.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I just don't. He doesn't. I don't warm to him, mate. I really don't warm to him.
yeah. I can't work out how I feel about him, to be honest, mate. I look at him and I think, wow, you must be getting sponsored by some fine clothing company. You know
He is
what I mean?
Paul Smith sponsor him all that with all those 3 bars and all like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is it? Yeah. But I don't mind him. I'd like to see him not get relegated. Actually, I like to see young English managers doing well. You know what I mean? And so I wouldn't want to see him get relegated. But for me, it's odds on. You've gone 2-0. I've gone 3-0. We've both gone for Bournemouth. What's happening in the chat, Ferg? Is it mostly Bournemouth?
Yeah, there's not much. The Bournemouth 2-1 from Irish Mick. From my Icelandic, so my brain's fried. 2-0. Adam's gone for a 0-0. Oh, somebody else has jumped ahead to the Everton game. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, there's not many predictions in there, so more and more get in, the better.
Yeah, the more the better. So yeah, I'm struggling to get inspired about it, but for me, Bournemouth to have a win. Now we'll do one more, then I want to talk about something else for a couple of minutes. Yeah,
no worries.
Brighton v Sunderland, right? Now, as we know, Sunderland have been playing really well, right? They've got a cracking side. I really do rate their side, and I rate their manager, although I can't say his name or recall his name now. But Brighton at home are always an opposition to give you a tough game. Brighton at home, so I can't split this, Ferg. I can't split this, and I want to split it, and I can't put any reason on why either team's going to win this. I've got draw stuck in my head. I've got 1-1 draw stuck in my head. You watch now what'll happen. Granit Xhaka will score a worldie and prove me wrong, Ferg.
You know what? A 1-1 draw isn't a bad shout, but Brighton at home are really, really hard, a hard opposition. But Sunderland, they're resilient, as you said. Granit Xhaka, they've got that spine that has been built. They've spent well in the transfer window. But this is the first ever Premier League meeting between these two sides. Brighton and Sunderland have never, ever played each other in the Premier League. And the last time they met, it was a 2-1 win for Brighton in February 2005, 20 years ago in the Championship. I'm going for Brighton, a home win, and I'm going 2-1 to Brighton.
Do you know what? I really, really thought you would go for Sunderland. I really did. Don't ask me why, but I did. So, yeah, we disagree, Ferg. I've gone for a draw. Brighton 1, Sunderland 1. You've gone for
we got Arnie's gone for a draw. Adam's gone for an away win for Sunderland and a game of the season contender. We've got Irish Mick who's gone 1-0 to Brighton, and we've got a new viewer going 2-2, a 2-2 draw. Desmond,
do you know what? Right? Do you know what? As the season's gone on and we've done this show, Sunderland are starting to get a lot more respect when we're doing the predictions, from me included. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Right. So listen, Ferg. Right. Inter Milan, work this one out. How does this work out? Inter Milan away ticket details went up today, right? And this morning when they went up, the details on the page were that each ticket is going to be 50 odd quid. And I thought, oh, Jesus, that's a lot of money. To go to the biggest dump in Europe, right? Walk up a circular walkway with gallons of wee running back down it. Going into a ground where there's next to no catering facilities, next to no toilet facilities, and it's an almost irrelevant game. and they were asking 50 odd quid, Ferg, right? So I put a comment on Twitter, right? About an hour later, the price came down. It just changed on our website to 40 odd quid, right? And I thought, well, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. And about an hour ago, it changed again, and they're now down to 30 odd quid, right?
Oh, it's come down further, has it? Because Liverpool only paid 33 quid.
Now they're saying 30 odd quid a ticket. And do you know what, right? I'm going to take the claim for that. I'm going to claim responsibility for that.
Well, everybody else has, Trev. Everybody else has.
Right. I don't know why I'm taking credit for it, because all I did was put a post on Twitter. But there's a few people suddenly saying, yeah, we got it changed. We got it changed.
Trevor, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to argue with you. I read that tweet, so I'm taking claim as well.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. There you go. Right. But anyway, it's a much more sensible now, as Chana's put here, not there, £35. That's about right for a European away for me. So I'm over the moon about that. We're off in it. When is it? When is it? Oh no, it's not till the second week.
I think it's the 20th of January or something like that. Yeah, I haven't got my car.
Yeah, I think Dan and myself, we fly out on the 19th. We're going on the Monday morning. So we've got plenty of time to talk about that. But I just thought, if you want any help with anything else, boys, don't message me, because that's probably the only time ever that I will get anything right,
But that 35 quid's about right, if you think about it. You're going to have 4,500 Arsenal fans all spending a lot of money in the stadium. I know they're redeveloping the stadium, and I've not been to San Siro. I can't afford to go to this one at the moment. But there's a lot of money going to be spent there. So it's only fair. And if Liverpool paid 32, 35 quid, it should be parity, don't you think?
It's about, that's right. It's about the same now. And it's not just in the ground, because there's not many places you can spend money in the ground, but the city as a whole. It's going to have 4,000 extra people there, and if you spend 40 quid a day on food, which, is, you're getting a cheap meal in Milan, times that by 4,000, and that's a lot of money. I'm not going to try and work it out, but it's a lot of money anyway. So, well done to whoever's lowered that price. Thank you for listening to me in the first place. Common sense prevails, and we're all going to go to Milan very, very.
It does beg the question, though. Just I'm thinking here, in 2 hours or 3 hours, it's gone from 52 quid to 35 quid.
Yeah.
Who make these decisions? Who?
Do you know what, Ferg? I would hope, right? And by the way, people, this is my thoughts. I would hope that the Arsenal Football Club has thought, we are not having our fans paying that much money. Not when Liverpool paid a lot less. Not for a game that's almost irrelevant. We're going to get onto Inter and make representations. And Inter thought, okay, and brought it down. That's what I would like to hope happened. What actually happened, who knows? Anyone's guess. Anything is possible. But at the end of the day, we're paying less money, which is perfect. And they go on sale Monday morning, by the way, to 10 plus credit holders. And I'm pretty sure, in my mind, it will drop to 0. And so if you're looking to go to your first away game and you've got 0 credits and you can afford the flights to Milan, the flights to Milan are not too bad. Then
there's
get
a few different places. You can go Bergamo. There's a few different places you can go, isn't there, Trev?
Yeah, you got 3. You've got 3 airports. Bergamo is probably a 45-minute bus ride from the centre of Milan. But firstly, Bergamo is a lovely place, and the bus ride is really easy.
And the calzones are amazing.
Airports on the outskirts of Milan as well. You can go to any of them. It's easy to get into the city centre. It's a lovely city. The Milan, the stadium itself, the San Siro, it is iconic. It's eye-catching, but it is totally outdated. And it's highly, highly likely that this will be our last opportunity to visit the place. So if you fancy going, if you've never been before and you want a bit of advice, drop me a message on X or on Instagram. Happy to answer your questions if I can, or try and point you in the right directions. There's some Arsenal fans and Arsenal pages out there that know far more than me, but I'm happy to help and point you in the right direction. It'd be a great game to go to your first European away.
It would. And if you haven't had the opportunity to European away, and you've done away games or even home games, but a European away game trumps everything. I've done 5 or 6 now, and they're just great adventures. It also helps with having a good company and planning stuff as well. But in the town squares where everybody is, and it's just really, really good. But the only thing I'd say, a word of caution with Italy is that you need to plan. You need to get in the stadium early, like an hour and a half beforehand, because the police in Europe are a lot different than any policing you will ever have experienced in this country. So just bear that in mind. Don't be silly. Cool your drinking a little bit. Enjoy yourself, but keep your wits about you and enjoy the game.
Or from another perspective, get absolutely rat-arsed on Tuesday.
I get arrested.
Right? But just be sensible when you're around the authorities and when you're around the ground, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, Ferg, listen, right? Listen, I want to move. I was going to talk about something else then, but I've completely forgotten. So let's talk about a couple more games, Ferg, right? Now, this next game really interests me because it's Man City. We've got to admit, have come into some form. Okay, they've come into form.
Sadly.
Yeah, they're playing all right against your second favourite club, West Ham United, right? Now, I desperately want West Ham to get something out of this game, right? I've been saying my prayers today to the football god. I'm not a religious man, but I've got a football god, you know. I look up and I pray to the football god. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's old age. Maybe it's a bit senile. I don't know. But that's what I do. And I've prayed to the football god today for West Ham to get something out of this game, Ferg. Ferg? Ferg? Ferg?
Yes. you know me. Look, my mate Ron, he came along and said to me yesterday, said, "Sorry, Ferg, I think we're getting relegated." I said, "Oh, Ron, I don't think it's quite there yet. I think it is. The trapdoor is definitely open." But I don't want to see West Ham get relegated. I think if West Ham get relegated in that stadium, we know what that stadium is like. It's not a great experience as a football fan. It's a great stadium, but it's not a football stadium. I think it'll be half empty. And to get out of the Championship is dreadful. I think they really struggle. And their owners really have to sit and look at themselves in the mirror because they've got a lot to answer for. Man City have won the last 5 Premier League games against West Ham, scoring at least 3 in each of those games. West Ham, though, have drawn the last 3 away Premier League games and were really unlucky with a strange decision against Brighton in their last game. It was a handball that led to a goal, but the handball, I can understand why it wasn't ruled out, but then it led to a goal-scoring opportunity, so it should have been let off. So really, really tough for those guys. I cannot see West Ham even scoring a goal at the Etihad. And unfortunately, I think for my mate Ron, he's going to have to watch them concede 4 goals and not score 1.
Oh, my God. Ferg. People are going to think we've been comparing because I've got written down here 4-0. I'm going 4-0 to Man City as well. Never in my life have I hoped I'm wrong more. I hope I'm so wrong.
For our own reason, because we want City to drop points, but also, Mike, personally, I soft spot, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope Jared Bowen scores about 7 tomorrow. I rate Bowen, by the way. I'd like to see Bowen come to the Arsenal. I think he'd fit our remit, but that's a whole nother conversation. So I've gone 4-0. You've gone 4-0. From what I'm seeing in the chat, Ferg, I think everybody's gone for City apart from one going for a draw. Arnie's gone for a draw, haven't they?
Correct. Yeah, Arnie's on the vodka in Iceland.
Right, let me find this side. My screen's this side this time. Wolves v Brentford, Ferg. Another 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, right? Wolves just don't seem to be getting anywhere, do they? You know, they've changed manager. They've got loads of players out, right? And from what I remember, when they do get in a game a bit, like they might be in a bit of a game at home to Brentford tomorrow, they seem to be losing 1-0. So, I mean, I can't see anything other than a Brentford away win, Ferg.
I happen to agree, but listen, let's give credit to Wolves last week against us. I know people are joking about Arsenal struggled, but they came with a plan. They put 11. Well, at one point there were 7 defenders in the box. They done well, and they probably deserved to take a point, but we took 3 and they scored all our goals. So it's absolutely brilliant. Brentford, on the other hand, I think Brentford have done better than I expected, especially after losing Thomas Franks to Tottenham. And I can't remember what their manager is called. He played for Ireland. I should do. Their set piece coach. They were really strong from set pieces when we saw them a few weeks ago at the Emirates. Thiago hasn't scored in the last 3 games, but he's still the second highest Premier League scorer in the league, scoring 11 goals. 5 of them have come from penalties, I might add. But I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't see it being an enthralling game, and I don't think it's the game that you'll want to watch. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Brentford, the away team win.
Yeah. Oh, God, I've gone 1-0 to Brentford as well. Honestly, I have. So we are... well, we got, if we get them all right, we've had a great week, you and me. We really have.
Can I ask you, did you read the websites that we normally read beforehand before you made your predictions? Or did you make your predictions first?
I'll be really honest, Ferg. I've been up to my neck in it today.
Yeah.
I've been feeling a bit under the weather, and I didn't start writing any notes down tonight until about 20 minutes before we came on air, if I'm honest.
I was half 6. Yeah.
Normally I do it during the day, but I didn't have a chance today, and I wrote a few. I had it in my head what I wanted to talk about, right? So I'm going to talk about one more game, Ferg, right? And then I want to just touch on... No, I'll do one more game. Then it might be good to talk for a minute, all right? And we'll do that, right? So, listen, right? Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool, right? Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. I'm starting to see the cracks appear in Thomas Franks. He was very confident, he's a lovely man, I reckon, Thomas Franks. But Tottenham does this to you. He's being Tottenhamized slowly but surely, Ferg. And they're awful at home, Ferg.
Yeah.
I can't see anything other than a Liverpool win, Ferg.
I think we need to have a word with Ball Knowledge FC. You do not give a draw to Spurs on this podcast. Now, Adam has got the right
Hang on,
thing.
you've not read that, have you? Read that. Draw or a Spurs win.
Don't even want to give... Oh, wow. No, you're blocked.
You're not. All you are, mate, is on a yellow card. We don't want Tottenham to win anything here.
And Adam's gone 5-0 or both lose. It'd be great. You know what? It's a high-scoring fixture. There's 206 goals in this fixture in the Premier League. And in their last game, there've been at least 3 goals in the last 14 of the 16 Premier League meetings. Spurs, I spoke to some colleagues at work, and one happened to be a Spurs fan. I didn't realize it, but he came along, and I said, well, you're at home. And I said, that's a disadvantage, because at the moment, their home crowd is so toxic. I think that also makes it a disadvantage. They don't really have any decent players past a couple of defenders, Romero and Van de Ven, maybe. But up top, they haven't really got much to offer. Mo Salah will be away at the AFCON, so that will make... but he's still a goal scoring player. But they've got every time I turn this microphone, I can't say his name. I can say when the TK, yeah. I think he's been a great signing and the best signing they have made over the summer. I've gone. It's going to be 3-1 Liverpool. I can't see anything.
Just get lost, right? Just get lost. I've got 1-3 written down here. 1-3 written down here.
I will send you my notes. Honestly, I've got my notes up here, and I will send them to you.
You've been looking at my book. I always have my book here, people. Look.
I've a little chat with Donna, you know. I don't know. Oh, you don't know about that one.
Unbelievable. Yeah, but I'm going for 3-1 to Liverpool as well. I can't see any way that Tottenham beat Liverpool. You know, stranger things have happened, but nah, can't see it happening. So, Ferg, listen, right? It's that time of year when people are under pressure. Got to buy Christmas presents for the kids, the family. Maybe not got the money. Maybe just having a bad time about anything in general. It's winter. It's cold. The temperatures have dropped this last couple of weeks. It's got really cold. That can be a depressant, you know. And lots of people feel down at this time of year, right? It's well known for it. And it's also known that this time of year, December, January, rates of suicide rise, right? It does. And what we're here to do, we do it on every show, is to say to anyone out there that's feeling down, please, please talk to someone, anyone, because there is an end to anything that's happening, you know, without doing anything extreme, right? So as the screen that Fergus has just put up says, if you're going through a storm or just been through one, for any reason, this podcast supports Andy's Man Club, right? You can Google Andy's Man Club. They meet on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. They've got meeting places all over the UK, all over the UK. All you got to do is go on the website and it'll tell you where your nearest meeting is, right? And if you need someone to talk to, or you just need to lighten the load a bit, right? Go. They'll give you a cup of tea and a bit of cake, and you'll be in a group of people that are in a very similar position, right? But they're non-judgmental. They're going to listen to you. They're not going to make judgments about you. They're not going to say you're wrong, you're bad, you're good, you're whatever. They're going to listen, and they're going to do their very best to help you. And if you pull up in the car park, because it's easy to drive to these meetings, they've found, but actually doing that final step, getting out of the car, walking in the door when there's other people about, can be a very, very difficult thing to do, right? So there'll always be someone in the car park at the meetings of Andy's Man Club with a hoodie or a T-shirt on. And if they see you sat in the car, make eye contact with them, they'll come and talk to you. And then they'll help you. If you don't want to get out of the car, they'll have a chat with you there and then. If you do, they'll take you in and introduce you. But whatever you do this Christmas, don't keep your problems to yourself if the weight's too heavy, right? Right? Your brain is like a dustbin, right? It can only take so much stuff before it's full and the shit starts spilling out the top, right? By talking, you empty the dustbin a little, right? And it eases you. And then you can go every week and keep emptying it. And then things will get better. I promise. So, Ferg, yeah, that's me done. Anything to add, mate?
Everything you said is brilliant. But the only thing I would say is it doesn't just extend, like Andy's Man Club is geared towards men and everything else. It doesn't just extend to men. You know, if you're struggling, the Samaritans, anything. Last Monday when we done this podcast, and I've gone chills down my spine right now. Last Monday when we done this podcast, we brought on this point. I mentioned that unfortunately that somebody had taken action on a tube station near me. That happened to be a 15-year-old girl who'd been, the rumors are, bullied in school. And sadly, she's not going to be with her mum and dad for Christmas. So don't do drastic things. Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary situation. Reach out, talk to somebody, whether it's Andy's Man Club, whether it's the Samaritans, whether it's whatever it is. Oh, I just feel like emotional now. Sorry, Trev. Go on.
No, you're right, Ferg. And remember, bullies always meet their match, right? Always. I'm telling you that for nothing, right? Anyway, thank you for listening. Sorry we got all... Well, I'm not sorry we got all serious.
No, I'm not sorry at all.
I'm not sorry in the slightest. It has to be said. Yeah? We're an Arsenal podcast for Arsenal fans, but that statement goes out to everybody. Yeah? Anyway, Ferg, listen, right? Leeds v Palace. This game excites me. I like Leeds and I like Palace, and I think this is going to be a fine game of football, Ferg.
You know what? Palace have won the most away points in 2025 than any other team in the league. Even outside the top six, Arsenal's, the Cities, everything else, they've had 34 points and had 10 away wins. It's just like unreal. We know they're good. I didn't, Glasner, I didn't even know who he was beforehand. They've won a Community Shield, they've won the FA Cup. Leeds, unfortunately for West Ham, Leeds have found a bit of form and they are winning some games. And Ellen Road, as we well know, we've both been there enough times, it's a bit of I wasn't going to say a fortress, but it's definitely a cauldron of like passionate and one of those old grounds and everything else. Nonetheless, I think Palace, Mateta, and the team that they've got together and the tactics they got together, I think they will prevail. I know they've had a lot of fixtures. They've created 2 more fixtures by not qualifying directly in the top 8 in the Europa Conference or the Europa League. I don't know which one they're in. And I know they've got us midweek in the League Cup, but I still think they'll have enough to beat Leeds. And I've gone Leeds 0, Palace 2.
Leeds 0, Palace 2. Well,
Yeah.
you're exactly right, though, Ferg. Ellen Road for me, I love visiting Ellen Road, right? I know it can get a bit airy at times, but there's no doubt, right? Their fans just never give up. I mean, when we were winning 4-0 there, was it last season or the season before? Their fans were just as loud at 4-0 as they were at 0-0. You know, they backed their side. And if fans carried 100% of form for a football club, then Leeds would be pushing for the championship because they're that good. They're that good. They really are. I've gone for a draw, though, Ferg, because Leeds are at home with their fans. Palace are a really good side. I was gutted when they lost last night, Ferg, and it meant they didn't automatically qualify. I wanted to see Palace progress, but I'm sure they will in the playoffs. But I've gone 1-1. I've gone for a 1-1 draw.
To be honest, the majority have gone for a draw. Irish Mick's gone 2-2. Adam's gone 2-2. Steve has gone 3-3. Wow, that's a game. I don't know who this Dom Stomp is, but he's gone 1-0.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie's gone 2-2.
Hold that comment. Ronnie, massive apology from me. I meant to get back to you yesterday, but I was working all day in London and I forgot all about it. And then today the car's gone kaput. I will ring you after this show, Ronnie. I promise. I will need to chat with you. Sorry if I got personal there, but it had to be done.
No, it's no problem at all. So I think everyone's with you. I might have over-egged it. You know what? As I gave my prediction, I was thinking, I haven't considered the midweek fixture, the congestion and so on. So a draw is probably a good shout, but I'm still going to stick with what I said, 2-0 to Palace.
Yeah, because we can't be the same again. We've been the same nearly all bloody night, Ferg. Terrible.
We got Ricky said evening all. He's an Everton fan. Richie, I'm Irish and dyslexic as well, Richie. Stay tuned. We'll talk about our game shortly. And Trevor's going to be up there at the Hill Dickinson Stadium.
We will, Richie, talk about it shortly. But we'll come back to it and we'll talk about it. But just something for you to bear in mind while you wait for us to talk about the game in a few minutes. Unlucky, Richie, tomorrow. Unlucky, son. Right.
Hey, listen, we all love Super Kev, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. What a shout we gave last season, eh? Perfect with the flag. And the last season at Goodison as well. Wonderful. Villa v Man United, Ferg. Villa, as we know, are a damn fine side at home. Man United, you don't know what they're going to do. They're like a Sunday morning team that one week they've all stayed sober and played brilliant. The following week, they've all been out on the lash the night before and lose 7-0. You know, that's what Man United remind me of. I can't see United getting anything at Villa, though, Ferg.
No, I can't. Like Villa have won the last 6 Premier League games and won the last 9 in all competitions. Villa started as a very inconsistent team to start off with. I think they failed to score a goal in 5 and win a game in 7 or something like that. It was some stat like that. And yet again, they are the best team I think we have played this season. The game that we played at Villa Park a couple of weeks back was one of the most outstanding games I've seen in a long time live. It was end to end. It was like watching a game of tennis. Was back and forth, back and forth. A draw probably would have been a fair result, but I can't be bitter about Villa getting it because they put so much effort into it as well. I don't think United are consistent enough. I think they're a complete mess, but yet again, some seasons they some games they can turn it on. But it's at Villa Park. It's 4:30 on a Sunday. We saw the fireworks and everything done for an early kickoff for our game. I've gone 2-1 to Villa.
Yeah. Oh, just stop it now. I've actually gone 3-1 to Villa, so that's all right. Yeah, but I can't see Man United getting anything out of this one, Ferg, right? So we'll move on, right? We'll do Fulham Forest, a Monday night game at 8 o'clock, right? Arsenal B team versus Nottingham Forest, who we play in a couple of weeks' time. I like Fulham. I've got nothing against Forest. But I think Fulham might just be strong enough. What do you reckon?
You've sent me messages as well, so you're trying to confuse me and really I'm trying to do several different things. Forest haven't lost Forest have lost all 3 Premier League away games against Fulham on an aggregate of 9-1.
All right.
Fulham are they're just like a bit bland, aren't they? Like a blancmange sort of side at the minute. They've got some good players and mostly ex-Arsenal players. Forest look like they're struggling a little bit with Europe and they're finding their feet. They've had all the managerial stuff going on. I can't see it being an exciting game. I think it's going to be a home win. And if I was to choose, I'd probably say what my mouse has gone. I would probably say 1-0 to 1-0 to Forest. To Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham. I've gone 2-1 Fulham. I think Fulham will be too strong for them at home. When they're on form, they don't look a bad side, Fulham. Ferg, I just sent you another picture, mate. I don't know if you want to put it on screen in a minute, but after what we've just seen, your performances, I thought I'd send you a picture of your Christmas present that I bought you today, mate. I thought it might help in your preparation for the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give you a minute. Why don't you have a chat about something else for a minute while I get these up?
Absolutely. Listen, right, we can. Now, I've never watched it in its entirety, and I want to talk about Sky Sports Ref Watch, right? Ref Watch. But I see so much about it on social media, and I've seen the odd clip, right? And I thought I'm going to have a little dig about this week. and see what people's thoughts are on this Ref Watch and how it's going. So I put a couple of posts out on X, Ferg, yeah? Now, admittedly, these are like probably about 85% Arsenal fans in the replies, yeah? But bearing in mind, I don't think we've had a bad decision for probably half an hour, which is a long time when it comes to Arsenal with referees. Some of the replies, Ferg, are all on the same wavelength. But I think 99% of the replies were not just saying, I don't watch it because it's boring. I don't watch it because it's not a good program. They were scathing, right? And I want to get your opinion and people's opinion. I don't think, right, that Sky are doing themselves any favours whatsoever by trying to peddle this rubbish as entertainment, right? It's not entertainment. It's the PGMOL voice piece for me, right? And I find it cringy. It actually really makes me cringe. Just wanted to read you out a few of the comments on my posts, Ferg, right? I'm not. If I read yours out, thank you for sending them. I do appreciate it. Sky would be doing football a favour by binning everything and just showing games with a single commentator. That's from someone that's obviously fed up with the whole kabush. Only watched it a few times. It's a joke. No consistency with their views. Well, one week to another. Normally try to protect the decision that was made by the referee or VAR.
Absolutely.
Right. Where are we? Hang on. Oh, my phone's gone blank now. Come out of it. I don't see the point of it, Trev.
Arnie says English referees are poor, and we all know that it don't matter what team is playing.
Yeah, a majority of the time it's either inconclusive, or if it was a different ref, there'd be a different outcome. End of the day, it's not changing anything. It's just letting Sky's so-called celebrities waffle more crap than they usually do. Another one, it's just purely PGML propaganda. It's that bad. The contradictions are unreal. And what have we always asked for, Ferg? The word contradiction.
Of consistency and continuity. Yeah.
It's like asking a how and why twice. It's a complete wind-up. If illustrated by decisions were made, it would be okay. Sadly, they are reluctant to acknowledge mistakes. Owen fawning over Webb's ego doesn't help. And it goes on and on. Trev? And on, right?
Can I show a little bit of video before you carry on?
Yeah, I know what you're going to show.
The point of VAR is to stop those situations that I used to face when I made a decision on here, got into the dressing room, looked at my phone and thought, oh my goodness, how have I missed that? That shouldn't happen now. The VAR's there as that safety net. But what I don't want is situations where, there's some situations that could split opinion 60-40, not only in the public, for you guys, for the players, the coaches, also for the officials. And one VAR in 1 week will recommend a review, and in the same week, a different one won't. And I think that would create a situation where people lose faith in what it's for.
Yeah.
Well, the point of VAR is to...
Listen, the last one I'm going to read, because this one made me laugh, Ferg, right? Imagine asking if black was black and get told, no, it's white. So then you say, okay, it's white. Then only to be told, no, it's black again. That's ref watch in a nutshell. Every day a different rule, depending on the situation. And they went on and on and on. And I really appreciate people's replies when I put things like that out on Twitter, because I like to bring them up on this show, because it's important that, Sky and the presenters and the producers know that the majority of fans think it's actually, I wouldn't say it's bad or poor. I think that would be kind to it. I think it's actually laughable. It's actually laughable that Sky think that is entertainment of some description on a TV channel. It's awful. Anyway, Ferg, I've done that. Anything you want to add now, mate?
No, listen, my issue with VAR, with ref watch, I don't watch it, because I just get wound up because it's gone. What's the point of it? I want the right decision on the pitch. I actually was pro VAR. I was pro technology and intervention into the game. But as I said to you 2-3 years ago, VAR gives the opportunity for the game to be compromised, and we have seen it compromised time and time and time again. I just wonder, is anybody making any money off those compromisations?
Well,
is that right? Is compromisation a proper word?
There you go, Ferg. That's your Christmas present I bought you today, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Your dyslexia is atrocious, to be honest.
I know, it's awful. It's awful.
It winds me up greatly.
It's also Friday night. My head is fried after a week. So yeah, listen, we're off to this game next, aren't we? And before we do Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, I'm not going to press the button yet. I just want to show our last visit to Goodison.
Don't do it. You've done it. You've ruined it. I had it all lined up, and you've ruined it again.
Go on.
You can get effed now. You've ruined it. You've put a picture up. These are some pictures from last year at Everton. That's all I'm going to say. I was going to say some lovely stuff about.
Go. I've got a couple here. Go on.
What an emotional day it was last year, and how the Everton fans and the Arsenal fans came together. I've always had a soft spot for Everton fans, but last year nailed that down firmly as they're a great group of fans. And it was a wonderful day celebrating Kevin Campbell being a player of both our great clubs and remembering the man, right? It was very emotional. It was very upsetting, but it was something that had to be done, and it was done very well. And now I think Ferg might have a picture of us last year at Goodison.
You're a sarcastic fucker, you know that.
Yep.
Yeah. This is some of the lads outside Goodison, and then this next photo sums up exactly what you said, because the stewards in there, they were applauding us when they took that picture. Like they were all standing around, and we said, "Can we just take one picture?" And they went, "No, guys, you got to leave." I said, "No, we want to do this." And it was the Kevin Campbell flag, and that flag is a flag that my good friend Trevor got made after our friend Kevin sadly passed away. And you said you were going to do it on a European tour and bring it up and down all the away games, and you stuck by what you did. You went to every European game that season, and when we explained that to the stewards in there, they let us stay there for a good 10-15 minutes later, took some photos. Is that good enough? Do you want to have a look at the photos, lads? And yeah, the proper classy people at Everton, and yeah, a class guy. Kevin, me and you have been fortunate enough to speak with Kevin. I've not met him face to face in person, but we had him on the podcast and we used to speak to him. I used to chat to him on WhatsApp and stuff like that. I know he's done stuff for you, Trev, and for your family. He was just one of the world's good people. And I recall on TalkSport, which I don't rate highly, but I recall on TalkSport when people were ringing up after his passing, there wasn't one person who said a bad word about him, and everybody could just find good things to say. Trev, you know what he did for Phil, your brother-in-law.
Yeah. Look, right. I can sum it up in 3 words, right? I can't talk any more about it, but 3 words. I miss him. I miss him. He was a fine man. Anyway, Ferg, let's move on, right? It's Everton Arsenal tomorrow, right? And it's at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Unfortunately, you can't make it, but I'm really, really looking forward to getting up there. And I've been outside the new stadium, but getting in there, we'll have a walk to the stadium, and to be honest with you, Ferg, as we move in to talk about the game, I wouldn't care less if the game was an exact replica as last week against Wolves, because all I want is a win. I don't care how we get it.
Trevor, all I want is the Premier League, and please God, the Champions League as well, because then you'll shut up. But no, I just want us to win the league, and whatever way we win it, I don't care. People can moan about whatever. Everton have improved a lot under Sean Dyche. No, not really. Only joking. I made that mistake last week under Moyes, and Moyes has found his home there, and they're doing really, really well. It's a great stadium. By the looks of it, it makes a lot of noise. They've factored in making it very tight and closed, and it'd be really interesting to see what you make of it on Monday, Trev. Everton have done okay. They've done okay. I don't know if Gabby's going to be available. There's talk of him being very close to being available. I'd like to see Gyökeres get a couple of goals. Trev, honestly, I don't care. I just want to win. 1-0, 10-0. Really don't care. I want to go and have a win. The pressure is going to be on us as well a little bit, because as we both predicted before, West Ham are going to lose to City 3-4-0, whatever it be. So City at that point will be top of the table. And I don't want us going in on Christmas Day not top of the table. I want to be top of the pops, because you know what top of the pops is. Number one on top of the pops on Christmas Day is the most important thing.
Yeah, I agree in a way, but Ferg, I'm not worried about what City do. What will be will be. I'm just thinking about us doing our best and winning as many games as we can. And Richie, thank you for this advice, mate. Yeah, if anyone's going tomorrow, there is no parking around the ground. 30, yeah, I walked it in about 35 minutes, Richie. It was a lovely walk as well. It was a flat walk. I've been told horror stories about sandhills, Richie, and I've been told to avoid it, mate. I've been told really the best thing to do is to walk at all costs. And I've also been told there's there's no pubs around the ground that will let away fans in. So, yeah, if you can confirm or you want to put another comment, Richie, very welcome, mate. Very welcome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But as for the teams, Ferg, right? As for the team, the Arsenal team, I don't think if Gabriel was fit, he wouldn't put him in, would he? I think he'd have him on the bench at best, you know. Although I didn't think this season, looking at our squad, I didn't think that we would miss one defender in particular. But I changed my mind a couple of weeks ago. We have missed Gabriel. For me, we've missed Gabriel. Ferg, you had that wonderful stat last week about our set pieces. They've dropped right off. We've got no Gabriel causing mayhem, have we?
Yeah, no, we don't. But I think it was like 3 games without him, 11 games with him, and we've not scored from proper set pieces. Yeah, we scored. Saka scored in the Wolves game, but that came off the arse of Johnson, the keeper. But, and it's not only the set piece thing. I think it's his passion. I also think he causes, as you said, that mayhem in the box. So it just creates more opportunity for other people to get some space. I do think Everton's threat, though, they've got Grealish, and Grealish has really improved them hugely. And he does worry me. If he's fit, I don't know what their squad is like, but if he's fit, he does create those opportunities for them. Go on, are you going to look something up?
Oh, someone told me he's missing. But he's not on the list as being out. So, yeah, he's a great player, Grealish. I rate Grealish very much, and he will be a problem, an absolute problem, mate.
And is Seamus Coleman available for Everton? I know
it's saying he's out on here. He's saying he's out.
Oh, thank God for that. He might be 105, but the guy for 50, I think it was 50. What was he? 50 grand or something like that. He's been the best signing that Everton have made in years. He's a great guy. He loves the club through and through, and he's an Ireland staunch player as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What a career he's had, eh? But going back to the Arsenal, I don't want to talk about Gyökeres. It's been done to death, Ferg, right?
Yeah.
But what I will say, talking about Gyökeres in the team, right? I think that he's going to be all right. I think it's taking longer than we all hoped, but I honestly think it's a two-way learning curve for the team and for Gyökeres. And I think it'll be all right. I'm just waiting for that click, and then he'll be away, hopefully. Yeah.
I agree. And I think Arteta dealt with it very well today in the press conference, because he said very much what you said. He said, like, we're both learning, like he's learning. He was just coming good when he got injured against Burnley. And then like when he came, he had no preseason. He was maybe not as 100% fitness, just started coming good, got injured, and now he's set back a bit. So it will take time. And he said players need to learn how to play with players.
Yeah, it's such, Havertz, he's worrying me a bit. Anyway, look, we've had another comment from Richie, the Everton fan. Grealish is fit, but KDH, I take it that's Kieran Dewsbury Hall, misses it. Richie, with the greatest respect, mate, the greatest respect, Kieran Dewsbury Hall wouldn't get in the Arsenal reserves, so we're not worried about that, mate. And as for Sandy Hills, thank you for confirming that, mate. Yeah, I would recommend all Arsenal fans after the game to come across that concourse to the road and turn right, and then you walk in towards the city. And Richie, comment once more after I finish this. I've got a lot of relatives living in the Northwest, right? The Saturday night before Christmas in Liverpool is absolutely banging. The town,
just go to McCooley's, Matthew Street. Go to McCooley's.
The team, I don't care where we go, the town will be full, and it's going to be full of Arsenal fans because we're all having to stop over. It should be a wonderful night in Everton, especially when we've won. Sorry, Richie, but we are going to win, Ferg.
I hope so. We just need to win. To be honest, we need to keep the pressure on ourselves and not create additional pressure that we don't need. I'd like to go into that. And then we got Brighton at home, and we got Villa at home, and Bournemouth away. So we don't have, I know we got League Cup semi-final as well, but in the league itself, quarterfinal, in the league itself, we don't have the easiest of home games, do we, Trev?
Well, Ferg, I've learned my lesson. And as these people keep telling me, one game at a time, I'm not looking past tomorrow. I will not look past tomorrow. I refuse. Yeah, we can mention Palace during the week because that's a different competition. But this league, this league, I was talking to a couple of people yesterday about it when I was in London. And the Premier League now, right, it's not like it was in the late 90s, early 2000s when it was Man United, Arsenal battling it out. More money's coming. It's a great leveler. You've now got Chelsea. You've got Man City. You've got Newcastle, got loads of money, although they're not showing it. So there are going to be ups and downs, right? There are going to be ups and downs. All teams are going to win a few and lose a few and have good games and bad games because they're quite level at the very top, We've just got to hope that we are that slightly bit better, which I'm hoping very much that we are. Well, I know we are, actually. All we need to do is play our best. But it's a great leveler at the moment, the Premier League. Any of 4 or 5 could win it, maybe more. Apart from Tottenham, of course, they're struggling, which is hilarious.
Trevor, I don't think it's 4 or 5 that can win it. We have to win it. I think we've talked about this at the beginning of the season, ahead of the season, and I'm sure it will come to the head later in the season. Mikel Arteta and the money and the changes and the build-up that he's done over the last 6 years now with the club. I think it was today or yesterday was his 6th anniversary. He needs to produce, and he needs to give us something.
I was someone said the same thing to me yesterday as it happens, and I said I still trust him. Right,
I do.
But do you know what? I was talking about Arteta yesterday at length, and we didn't have an argument. We don't argue, but we were discussing it at length. Right? I said to me, "What do you think of Arteta on the touchline?" Then I said, "I think he's smart and cool, a bit animated when he needs to be, but yeah." And the other person went, "You are joking, aren't you? Animated is non-stop. He's at it and at it and at it all the game." And I
They
thought,
all are.
well, yeah, so I thought, well, he's not like that, is he? That's the impression people are getting. It's strange.
That's the crap that's churned out by Sky Sports, Ref Watch, and Talk Sport, and the various other media channels. Because if you go back to our game against Bayern Munich, Vincent Kompany spent more time on the edge of our technical area than he did in his own technical area, looking like a skater boy. You can look at there's several managers; they all do it. I don't think it. I'm not trying to defend Arteta. I'm just saying they all do it. Calm the down.
Yeah. Well, they do. They do. But it was just a discussion. I think Arteta's fine on the line. And I know Arteta has to win something, right? I know it's time. I know we've been coming second for the last 3 seasons. And teams are singing second again. Well, don't forget that 99.99% of the teams that are singing second again wish they were second. Wish they were second.
They've never been second.
But anyway, Ferg, I'm going for a 3-0 win to Arsenal. Tell us what you're doing and then press that button.
I didn't even predict a score. I just was worried about the game. I'll take 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, all day long. I'll take another 2-1 with 2 own goals because we found a way, haven't we? Set pieces are dried up. That's all right. We'll win by own goals. Perfect. Love it. Love it.
Trev, I actually didn't realise I had that one in there, but it's quite good, wasn't it?
Very good indeed. I love it. It just gets me going every time. Richard, the Everton fan, has finished his comments. He said it will be loud in the stadium, Ferg, tomorrow night. And I've heard all the stories about it being very loud in the stadium. I hope it is. I'm looking forward to it. What I'm going to say, everyone out there watching now, we've got well over 200 people watching live, right? Would you like to see occasionally, not every game, but just occasionally, a fan of the opposition's team on this preview show with Fergus and myself on a Friday night to have a discussion? So it'd have to be teams we get on well with, like Everton, blah, blah, blah.
And can we make it Thursday? Can we make it Thursday rather than Friday?
Well,
when there's no European football.
We'll have to talk about that. But
yeah,
Ferg, I'm going to ask you. You've got the Guns and Ribbons X page. I have nothing to do with it, so you've got total control. Maybe you could put a poll in there, eh? Would people like to see a fan from the opposition, that weekend's opposition, on the podcast with us to discuss our game with them? Maybe people do, maybe people don't. Who knows? But let's find out, Ferg, eh?
Yeah, I'm open to anything. Like we've been fortunate enough to have some ex-Arsenal footballers, and we've had Laura, and we've had various different people join us this season. It's been really good, and previous seasons we've had others. So I'm open to the idea if somebody wants to be sensible, balanced, and polite. We'll have a bit of banter.
Hang on a minute. How can you ask anyone to come on here and be sensible and balanced when you're on here? Come on.
I'm balanced. I'm balanced. Look, I had a beer in one hand, a scotch in the other. So I'm balanced.
There you go. Right then. Ferg, listen. I'm done, right? We've gone 6 minutes over because of you. It's your fault.
Yeah, always my
anyone
fault.
Watching on YouTube, please go across. Please just click subscribe. We don't get anything out of it, but it does help us grow the show.
Oh, update, Trevor. Update. It's taken us 8 years, but we got the 30 quid. So hopefully before you die, I'll buy you a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, hopefully I've got another year left in me yet, because I want to see us win the Champions League. But yeah, by subscribing, it just allows us to do more with this show. I've enjoyed it tonight, although I'm knackered. I know Fergie's knackered. Richie has said cheers, guys. Richie, give us a subscribe, mate. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everyone else, for watching. It's a pleasure doing this show. It really is. And I'll be in Everton tomorrow. I'll do a little live before the game. I'm sorry that I've not got the best teeth in the world, for the person that commented about me.
Oh, your junky teeth.
But I am getting on a bit, and as you get older, your teeth deteriorate. I might pop over to Turkey in the summer and come back next year.
I was going to say, you need to go to Turkey.
A Colgate special, But yeah, until then, you'll have to suffer me as I am. But I'll go live. I'll put a bit on from outside the stadium tomorrow. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Lovely. Richie's 67 years old. This Richie, the Everton fan, 67 years old. You've been about a bit then, Richie. I'll leave you with something. Maybe you can join us on the next show. We're on Monday. I talk about the game, Richie. Maybe join us and comment, right? Is it me personally, or is it a thing? Why on earth? Why, Richie, does the blue side of Liverpool seem so much nicer than the red side?
Because they're all from Liverpool. That's the reason. All the red lot are from London.
Well, no, we've asked an Everton fan if he cares to involve himself with that. Let's leave it to him. Ferg, close the show. Let's go.
Right, yeah, this is a chore for me on a Friday night. Trevor says he loves it. I hate it. I'm only joking. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've had a week from hell. It's been a difficult day, early start. And as I said at the very opening, this is why we do it. Shut up. Shut up. This is why we do it. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Thank you for your support over the year. We're leading up to Christmas. We will be back on Monday. But for people on a Friday night, I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And people on Monday will do the same again. But you have been watching an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans, for Arsenal fans. Up the Arsenal. Fuck Spurs.
Thanks for listening to Guns and Yellow Ribbons, an Arsenal podcast by Arsenal fans, for Arsenal fans. Follow us on Facebook at Guns and Yellow Ribbons or Twitter at Guns and Ribbons. And remember to rate and review us too. Up the Arsenal.